Hello, now we're live. Now we are live. Hello, Karen and Michelle and Trina. Hello, hello. So, how's everybody doing today? It's been a crazy day for me. I've done a million things. Don't feel like I've finished anything. I'm just all over the word. Anyhow, that's been my day.
Well, you could be back in teaching where there is no end to your to-do list. They just keep adding to
Oh,
the
I know.
bottom of it. I don't think I have ever, I don't get the satisfaction of being like, okay, I'm all done.
Yeah.
No. Soon as I think I'm done, I got more.
Well, that's me every day anyhow. I'm always like that.
I like being able, like, I have to make myself little checklists so that I at least have the satisfaction of going, okay, this specific item is done. I have 1,000 more like that item, but I mean, like, it feels like I'm getting close to the end of my grading, but then I took up grades today, and it's like, there's another 150 of them. Okay.
I know. I know. Well, I bounced from thing to thing today. I got up and what was the first thing I did? I just did something first this morning. Then I worked on taxes for a little while till I got frustrated with that. Then I worked in the spare bedroom and I tore everything out of the closet, all the stuff, all the crochet, all the everything, shoes, made a huge mess in there, tried to put that back together. Recorded a whip and chat, worked on diamond paintings I've sold, got 3 boxes ready to go out, ship out. Yeah, just all over the board, just all kinds of things. Hello, Marion. How is Marion?
Well, I don't know that I'd call myself productive. I was at work all day just
Look at this
teaching.
book.
Although I did get to play, I told Mindy I got to play with about 50 little baby chicks because one of the teachers had it at school.
See the book we just read? If you fold the pages back like this, see all the little lines?
Yeah.
It's because each of those little lines is like a black page in the book. They have like black pages. These were hard to read too. Like when I was reading at night and stuff, those were hard to read. The black pages with the writing on them.
Yeah, I didn't have none of that because I just had mine on Kindle.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm not buying any more books on Kindle. Not for quite a while. I have plenty of books on Kindle to read, and I'm not going to buy any more. So there's that.
So
And
are you still going to choose your first reads selections?
yes, I'll still do that. I already did. I already chose my first reads for March. So
I haven't because, like, there's a lot that are like geared to, like, I got a horror, there's a thriller, there's a psychological thriller. And then I'm trying to decide, is the bonus short an actual, like, you get it in addition to your,
yeah,
is it? Okay. Because
yeah,
I'm going to get the bonus short then, but
you get it in
I just can't
addition.
make up my mind. There's so many of them that are towards the stuff that I
And
like.
and for me, it was quite easy because all I did, there was only one there that I was interested in. So I went and I got that one.
Did you get the romance or did you get the Abby Jimenez one?
There wasn't an Abby Jimenez,
Or
was there?
there was one that was close to it. I think they said if you like her, I think it was like the
No,
women's fiction,
I only got
the
the
romance.
hmm
Yeah, I haven't made up my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like 3 or 4 that I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know which one to get.
not for me. Not for me. I didn't even find a book in my book of the month club this month that I wanted. There's nothing there I wanted. And I could have gotten a free book with that one. They were letting you get a free book from finalists in their vote or something. I don't know. But I was like, no, there's nothing I want. So no.
Does it let you like skip a month or something?
Yeah. Yep. So
Well, that's always good.
I skipped. Yeah. Anyhow. Hello, Sherry. How's Sherry? So I've also decided that in the future, I'm going to try to go out to my local bookstore. Well, it's not local, but it is local. They're an independent bookstore. I'm going to try to go out there. The Lally Award. There you go. I'm going to try to go out there when I want to buy new books, because they can get whatever you want there. They can order them and whatnot. I'll just have to do a little more pre-planning. You know what I mean? To get out there and get my books, support them. So, oh,
Oh
Marion,
no. Marion, was Velcro the one I
18.
got to pet?
Is that a cat
Oh,
or a dog?
if it's the one I got to pet, it was a cute little puppy.
18, that's a good long, long, long life.
Had a
Yeah.
long life of love. I guarantee it with Marion.
Did you have it from when it was a puppy?
Okay, that was the one I petted. Yeah.
Or
So,
did you
so
get it when it was older? I know. My dogs are 15, and I'm like,
we know
they're
you,
starting
you are
to,
going to be sad beyond belief when either one pass
you know,
away.
and they will be too. When one goes, the other one's going to be lost because they've been together their entire life. So,
Oh wow. Yeah, people say that dogs can't grieve. Yes, they can.
yeah.
Animals can grieve,
Oh,
period.
yeah. They've been together in the womb, from the womb on. Anyhow, well, how'd you like how the book finished up? It wasn't a grand gesture in front of everybody like we thought maybe, but
Well, it was in a way because I mean, basically, he took what she was doing, what she was interested in, and decided to go F this. And basically, I mean, he essentially showed her that he was taking the chance of losing out on all of those shares, which was a freaking a lot amount of money, because he wanted to put her viewpoint out there.
yeah, everything that she had been talking about, being more inclusive, taking better care of your employees, making a better experience for the guests, everything that she'd been talking about was his plan.
Including that last part where she was making like drawing costumes for
Yeah,
wheelchairs and
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, yep.
Which, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, if you go to Disney World, they have the Bibbidi Bop Boutique. And, you know, there's not as much inclusive stuff for kids that have certain disabilities. I mean, they have some stuff, but it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody wants to, if they're little girls, they want to be princesses, and it's just crazy.
I don't know. I've never been, so I wouldn't have a clue. Don't know how that works. My only experience about kids and Disney World is last year when Jackson and Shannon and Devin got to go for his Make a Wish, and he got to do all kinds of cool stuff. But
Disney World is amazing. It's a lot of fun.
I've only been one time, and it was like when I was 19 years old, 20 maybe. And my friend that I went with, we were there for one day, and my friend was sick, and
Oh, well, that wasn't very fun. You got to go back when you can actually like enjoy it.
I really had no real desire to go.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to be going back at some point because I want to see all the new stuff that they got.
I've never really had a desire to go.
But I will say, as far as the ending to this, I mean, like, because I think that finally hit her that, because of course she was, when she got the letter from the grandfather,
Right.
she's thinking,
I'm
oh,
what?
so
I'm
he's
what?
got all
I'm
this.
what?
I knew I was going to vote.
I'm voting? What? And then to find out that his assistant secretary, she was also one of them that got to vote. And the secretary was totally on her side the whole time. And she was just like,
Yes.
yeah. That
She's
was
like, he doesn't know who the boat people are. But I mean,
no,
like, but she went in there going,
because
okay, okay.
she kept believing the worst. I mean, the worst. He's known all along. This is why he was sucking up to me. This is why he blah 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 blah. And she's like, no, he has no idea. He doesn't know who anybody is. He doesn't know I'm on. He's gonna be surprised when he sees me. He doesn't know.
And when she realized that he was everything that she had talked about as both him and Scott, that he put it all into like he had another presentation prepared, but
Yeah.
he went with his heart, he went with his gut, and like everything that she said. And like I said, that last one, when you realize this dude is willing to give up millions of dollars, possibly.
He's taking a chance. And then when she tells his dad to F off, you know what I thought? And he was, I loved it. That was perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Like we never did get to find out what Dad's letter said, but I was happy to see that obviously Dad got sober, and Dad finally told him, I'm proud of you. So, but at some points it's kind of like I still like the fact that she told him
She did.
in no uncertain terms.
And he just kind of laughed about it. He said, "You did what? You did what? Oh, okay."
She was like, I did. She goes, well, not like I work here anymore. He's like, well, yeah, you kind of do.
Yep, because I did not accept your resignation. You are not quitting.
She's like, excuse me.
What? Yeah.
And
I mean,
I like that thing at the end that they're married and opening up the land that she redesigned.
they're married and they got kids. Kids. That jumped ahead a little bit, right? And I had to laugh. There was an epilogue and then another epilogue. And I'm
I
like,
didn't get the second epilogue. I only got the first. What do you mean, kids?
they got kids.
Well, I mean, she was pregnant, but didn't have kids prior to that. No,
Now they got kids.
no. She literally had her friend put the badge of a bun in the oven on her, and he's like, "Oh my God, you're pregnant!" But there wasn't any mention of other kids. I mean, she had her sister, who, Annie, but my boat didn't have nothing about it other than her having the bun in the oven.
You didn't get an extended epilogue?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Oh.
No, I didn't get. Trust me, I looked because I remember you saying there was another, and I'm like, nope, mine ended.
Extended epilogue.
Yeah, no, mine ended with her putting that pin on and him realizing that he's going to be a father.
Oh. No. No. No.
Yeah, I didn't get whatever that was.
Okay.
So what was it that happened? Because like I said, I don't know.
Well, the epilogue, the second one starts out with this one, Daddy. Ailey slams the book down. It's a book that did he write the book? He wrote the book, I think. And so he has to read this book to her every night before bed. It's the book about him and mommy. Okay.
Aw.
Yeah. And she requests the book every week like clockwork. And talking about when he was mad at mommy. Rules, the whole book thing. Anyhow. And then at the end of this, she's now pregnant again.
Oh. So then you got to meet the kid that she was pregnant with at the end of mine.
Right.
Yeah. That book obviously had more than my Kindle because I did go look and it didn't have no more.
Yep.
So that's why when you said they had kids, I'm like, well, she's pregnant. That's
And
where my
had
story
one,
ended.
and working on another one. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the book. I will have to say I did enjoy the book.
It's good. It's very good. Yeah.
He finally let him, I mean, and he definitely felt it as far as the separation. It was driving him nuts that not only did he realize his mistake, but he also realized how much he had enjoyed the friendship that he had made with Annie or whatever. And she was like, mm-mm,
Oh man, she was
mm-mm.
mad at him. Oh, she was mad at him. I think she was as mad at him as Zara was. She was like,
You hurt my sister. No,
"You
thank
hurt
you.
my sister," and she wasn't going to talk to him. Neither one of them were
And
going to
she's
talk.
like, and she felt to blame. She's like, and I'm the one that,
Yeah.
you know, convinced her to, mm-mm-mm.
Yeah. So yeah, now you kind of have to know how the whole thing plays out, like with the other brothers and the dad's letter, and how's it all gonna pan out, you know?
Yeah, because I want to know, we didn't get to hear, I mean, other than, very, very minor little stuff about the other brothers. So that's,
Oh yeah.
we got to know how the rest of that's going to go.
Was the
How
one
does their
supposed to be
end go?
finding a wife and getting married? He's not doing too good at that. And I don't know what the other one's supposed to do. What's the other one supposed to do? I forget.
I forgot what the other one's supposed to do.
I don't know what
And,
he's supposed to do.
and are they going to finally tell us what the fathers had? I mean, I'm assuming fathers had to be stopped drinking.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
There might be more. I don't know. And so they have different businesses. There's different avenues of businesses. I'm like, is everybody going to kind of do their own thing? I don't know. He's going to stay there at the park and he wants to run the park. And
He's not going back to Chicago.
no, that's what he wants to do. So he doesn't care about being like the CEO or whatever. He's happy.
CFO, yeah.
So
I say I did predict that I thought he was gonna stay as director and
well, yeah.
basically
He
take
wasn't
over the
gonna.
role. Well,
You knew he wasn't going to leave the park and leave Zara. He wasn't going to leave. He did leave, though. He did leave. See, there's always, okay, I'm leaving. I'm cutting it off. I'm leaving. I'm done. And then they do it and they're like, whoa, that was a mistake.
I made a mistake. I got to go back.
That was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that, Then they have the big revelation and then they got to go back and fix it.
And
really screw up first and then they can go back and fix it.
And out of all three brothers, though, like I would say, based off what little bit we know about the brothers, he's the best one to run the park because he's probably the most like his grandfather when it comes to letting his imagination when he lets it free.
Hmm. Oh, look, Judy said that if you were in the Kindle under the end, it says click here to download the extended epilogue.
Well, look, I'm going to have to go back and look because I didn't see that.
Go look and see if you can read the extended epilogue. It's really cute with the little girl. She's cute.
I will definitely have to go do that. Hello, Judy. Thank you. I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm reading my books physically. I like them physical. There's many reasons why, but.
Well, I got enough stuff here that's taking up space that I've already got to get rid of. I can't really add more stuff. I don't have any place. I don't even have a bookshelf.
Oh, you mean to have physical books? I got you.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I just like reading a physical book so much better. I know. And then
I like my Kindle because I can read it any place.
Well, I can read my book any place. I just take it with me. Yes, Judy. Yes, we are. There she be, right there. There it is.
Ortwing.
Hello, Emma. As I was telling Brandy, I was just looking up what we're going to read this time. This one, okay, so Brandy, you might be upset. I don't know, because the book, as you see right here in the corner, it says new bonus content. You might not get the new bonus content if you have it on Kindle. I don't know. I don't know. Anyhow. Oh, hang on. Was that it? Hang on. What's this? Read for even more from, I don't know how you say this, Basgiath War College. Read on for bonus content, an exclusive new chapter from Zayden's point of view in print for the first time ever. And it's long. Holy cow. That's a long, well, it's not as long as I thought. But what's after that? Can't get enough of Fourth Wing? Turn the page for 2 more bonus chapters. Previously published in the Fourth Wing Special Edition hardcover. All right, so now we got, oh, what? This is called Chapter 27, but the last chapter is 39. Okay, so that one's Chapter 27, so that came in the middle of the book somewhere. And then the other bonus chapter is Chapter 9.
See, now I need to see if someone who has Kindle, if they already have it on Kindle, is the
And
special
Chapter
stuff there.
16. Okay, now I'm curious. Does it skip those chapters? Let's see. Let's see if it skips those chapters.
Hey, Kaden.
27 was the first one. Take a picture. There's too many pages, Trina.
So, Judy, there's no bonus if I get it through Kindle. Shoot.
27. Does it skip 27? Let's see. Or is there just an alternate chapter 27? There's 28. Okay, hang on. Go back a couple more pages. 28. Now there's a chapter 27 and chapter 27. Okay, it's from a different point of view. It's that whole chapter from a different point of view. That's what it is. And then the next ones are chapter 9.
See, I might can handle not knowing that just because.
They're from Zayden's point of view.
Because I don't remember what book it was that I read. But there was this second book where it was the same story, but from the guy's point of view. And I thought I would really enjoy it, and I kind of didn't.
Oh, well.
I was like, I already know what the story is. I'm all right with the way the story was.
As I was telling Brandy, when I was just mapping out our reading assignment, well, first of all, we get a map. You'll never get the map, Brandy. There's a map.
Yeah, we won't get the map.
I love that. I love that when you're reading fantasy books, especially the map of their land and stuff. I always find interesting, helpful. Gives you
See, I get a map every time with my Zodiac Academy series. There's a map at the front every time.
And then there's this. I think this is. Oh, the first map was the land, and this is a map of the college.
Oh.
So there's another map of the college, and then chapter 1 starts. But chapter 1 doesn't start until page 15. So we're already on page 15 when chapter 1 starts. So I mapped out to go to page 80, but really if we start on page 15, that's not 80 pages. And the writing is fairly small. So, yeah, it's fairly small. All right. So it's going to be a little more challenging to read just because, well, for 2 reasons. The writing, the print is small. The print's small. And I always find that with the fantasies, they're harder to get everybody get everything figured out. Who's who, who's where, what's relationships, all this stuff. They always seem harder. Takes longer to get all of that stuff squared away in your head. You know what I
Because it's
mean?
kind of like they've got more of them.
There's a lot of characters, there's a lot going on. It just takes longer, you know, to get and names. And names.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, okay, this one person's name is Dane and Imogen. And I mean, the names alone sometimes are like, who?
We got a map. Judy says we got a map.
Oh, you got a map on the Kindle version?
There we go.
You have 2 maps, Judy. Is there 1 map or 2 maps?
Yeah. What? So if we're stopping at page 80, what chapter is that? Does it go by chapters?
Well, yeah, and the chapters are not like at the beginning of a page. No, they just start wherever the last chapter leaves off. So they'll start in the middle of the page. See, they just start in the middle of the page. So,
well, smack-a-doodle a baby.
But you're reading through chapter 5.
Okay, so read 5, don't read 6.
Right. So
Gotcha.
It won't matter to you where they start and end, but you got 1 map. Well, there's 2 maps, Judy. Like I said, there's the land, and then there's the college. Infantry quadrant. This is the college. The office, administration building. The healer quadrant, the bell tower. Then there's another whole building back here. The dorms for the first years, the gathering hall, the academic wing, the dragon rotunda, the riders quadrant. Then there's a field over here for flight, the gauntlet, and fields over there. Underground quadrant. There's an underground quadrant too.
She says there are 2 maps there. Thank you, Sherry. I'm telling you, Sherry, I always look forward to being able to be like, where was I supposed to read again? And I go and I look and I'm like, Sherry's got me covered.
And this is their land. And I don't know where the college is here.
Bye, Michelle.
I don't know where the college is located. It doesn't really say, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't know. There's some mountains. There's the Barrens. Where's the college? I don't know. I can't find it. Anyhow. Basgiath. See, names. We're just going to have to make them up as we go because I don't know what they are.
Now, I was watching something on Instagram about
there it is, right there.
People that read, and so I guess like I've told you when I read, I can see it like it's a movie happening, like as I'm reading, like I can see it in the back of my head. It's almost like the words disappear, and I can see the movie play out. However, what I don't what I don't have, and I didn't realize that there were people out there that have this. There are people that when they read, they literally hear a voice in their head of it reading with accents and everything. And I'm like, I have the movie that plays, but like I can imagine what I think they sound like, but I don't physically, auditorily have a voice reading it in my head.
I don't know that I see or hear anything. I
definitely have, like when I'm reading, and maybe that's one of the reasons why I can read so fast, is that when I'm reading, literally it's almost like the words disappear and it's playing out in front of me, like as far as like in the back of my head, I can see exactly how they're looking at each other, what little motions they're doing, like it's a play, but I don't actually hear their voices in my head. So I don't have whatever that part is.
Can you hear moans?
No, thank God. So in some ways, I'm very, unfortunately, though, I can see it playing out in my head. So that's the problem with being able to see it like it's a movie, because I'm like, dang, damn it. And it's in my head. It's not like I can look away. I have to, in order to look away, I have to think of something else and then go back to reading. And then I'm like, well, crap, it's right there. It picks right back up where it was. So
I don't know if we'll get any spicy in the first 60 some pages, but
well, usually
it's
you
probably going to
don't.
be a lot of setup as to what's going on and
Although
what.
they did have to put that last little bit in our book.
Well, of course, they had to have a makeup session.
That last little.
They had to have makeup. You know, they got it together. They love each other. They had to make makeup sex.
They could have just said that. They could have just said, well, we're
No,
going to have some fun.
no, that's not how this works, Brandy.
And happily ever after.
That is not how this works. No, no,
No, it definitely was not how this works.
no. Mm-mm.
But yeah, we're probably going to be, this first little bit's probably going to be getting to know who the characters are, their
Yes. And what
backgrounds.
the deal is with the school and how things work, and why do they have a
Hayden, you're
school?
too young. You're not supposed to be.
Caden is not that young. What are you talking about?
He literally just graduated like last year or the year before.
What you? Are you kidding?
What?
How old do you think you have to be to read spicy books? You think you have to be?
Like, you need to be. I would have thought in like your 30s.
No, Brandy.
Well, you are
Are you
20.
serious?
I don't know. I didn't
God,
read
Brandy.
them.
I started reading romance books when I was like I don't know, 14.
I mean, every time I see these middle schoolers, well, at least the middle schoolers I don't see as much, but the high schoolers were always walking around with Court of Thorn and Roses and other than that. And after I started reading, I'm like, oh, I know what you're reading.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And then one of them looked at me and said, it's okay. If you could see the manga that's not manga, that has a different name,
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I already made the mistake thinking I was saying the name of a series, and I was saying the name of a type of manga. And I thought it was the name of a series, and I got corrected very quickly, but it was sad because the kids knew exactly what I was talking about.
Sure. Yeah.
And when I told my own personal kids, they're like, oh, no, you didn't.
I mean, Danielle Steele is not spicy, okay? But I started with Danielle Steele when I was young teenager. That's when I started reading like romance books, young teenager. And then, it didn't take long before, I was 15, 16. They're getting more spicy at that age, so.
Well, Caden, are you joining us for Fourth Wing?
He's probably already read it. Have you read Fourth Wing, Caden?
You're the same age as my youngest, pretty much.
There you go. See? Old enough.
He is definitely, he's old enough. I mean, trust me, I have learned my children were reading more adventurous stuff than me. So, oh my goodness, Marion.
See? I mean, I started out kind of mild, like I said, with a lot of Danielle Steele. But, then you move on from that and quickly you get into other things. So
Caden, you've got them. You haven't read them. Well, now's the time to read this first one with us. Read with us.
There's 3, Caden. There's 3.
And more to
you're
come
missing
out.
one. There's going to be 5 altogether. If you've got Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, Onyx Storm just came out recently. That's the 3rd one. I got to get Iron Flame yet. I don't have that one. Like I said, I'm going to make me like a list of books I really want to pick up. Like I'm going to pick up Iron Flame, and I'm going to pick up, I'll probably get the next 2 of these, so I have the whole series, and then just make a trip out to the bookstore. They moved, which is cool. I haven't been to the new bookstore. They're in a mall, and so they moved from one side of this hallway over to the other side of the hallway where the Bed Bath and Beyond used to be. And it's a bigger, much larger space there. And so I want to go visit anyhow. But I'm going to make me a little list. I need this book, and this book. And I'll just make periodic trips out there and get them. I don't need to be, gotta have it now, gotta impulse buy this, right? It's too easy to do that. I'm weaning myself off.
See, that's how come I generally don't go into like Books a Million or something like that, because my problem is, and see, I always go, okay, I'm just going to go over to the bargain bin. And sometimes I'm really shocked at how many books are in that bargain bin. And the problem is that the thinking is, well, it's only $2 or $5. And so before I know it, I've got all these books, but I've now, like, those $2 and $5 do add up.
I take it we don't have a Books a Million around here. I take it Karen has been out to the New Schulers. She says it's more spread out. They got a huge like big cafe with like seating, like cafeteria almost. And then they have a whole space where they can have events and have authors come and whatnot. She was a little overwhelmed. I can hardly wait to go, Karen.
So we don't have a Schuler's. We just have Books a Million.
Well, I know, because there's only like 3 or 4 Schulers. They're very local. They're just in Michigan. But my daughter sent me this picture the other day. I don't know if you can see it very well, but she sent me this picture. And she's like, no, those books look like they're up your alley. And I said, yep, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 of those. That was just at Meyer. Meyer has some pretty good selection of books, but I have 6 of those, I think. Yeah. I know I've got the 2 cowboy ones. Well, there's 5 cowboy romances there. I might have 4 of those. I got Funny Story. I don't know. I have Happy Place. Happy Place is on my shelf right there. I don't know if I have Funny Story. Emily Henry, but yeah. So I'm going to go out to the bookstore at some point, make my little list. I'll probably get a couple other things that aren't on my list. But I also have books that they have a used book section, a huge used book section, and they'll buy books from you, which you can turn into credit or cash, one of the two.
Yeah, our secondhand store, we don't have one here. We have one in Dothan. It's like called Second and Charles. And so you can take books in there. It's not going to guarantee that they're going to take them.
Right.
Because they base theirs off of what's popular and what is
they
selling.
have.
Yeah. And so if they take it, obviously, you get just a discounted, and most of it's usually a credit. You can get money, but usually you tend to spend it in the credit. But yeah, I remember taking a whole bunch and they were like, we can take some of these, but we already have plenty of this one, plenty of this one, plenty of this one. We don't need any more of this one, and this one, it's not something that really sells. So I was just like, so I still ended up taking a whole bunch of them out. And I was like, well, damn it. See, the old place that I used to go to, they took everything.
Oh, no, they won't take everything. And you can only take in 20 at a time. They only let you bring in 20 at a time. You have to make an appointment. Right now, you can't take any in because they're inventorying all of their used books. They're on a little hold since they moved. They're going to inventory all the used books and see what they want, what they have, what they don't need, all that. But I need to go out there. It's a little drive for me to get there, but it's not. I mean, it's not more than a half an hour, but still, it's like 20, 25 minutes. But
sounds like you'll have a lot of fun.
I know. I can hardly wait to see it. Yeah.
So we're going to start our foray into fourth wing.
Yeah. Time to fourth wing it up. Fourth wing it.
Come on, dragons.
There you go. Well, now you'll have to check your other book and see if you can get the second epilogue. And then you'll have to check out and see if you get bonus chapters with 4th week or not.
I think Judy said there's no bonus chapters because
Is
I'm
that what she
assuming
said?
she's got hers on Kindle.
No
We
bonus.
have the maps, but she says there's no bonus. And I'm assuming we don't have access to the bonus if we buy it.
Maybe. Maybe. I like to feel like I got all of it, everything. I'll tell you what the bonus chapters are when we're done. How's that?
Okay.
Because sometimes, sure, it's going to be from his point of view, probably the same stuff that happened, but sometimes you learn some things you might not have learned from the other point of view. You know what I mean? I mean, 50 Shades of Grey, there were 3 books. They were all from her point of view, and they went ahead and they redid them, all 3 of them, from his point of view. So there has to be something more there, you know? Something more. Otherwise, why would you read them again?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna ask my bookie kid, the one that loves books and loves like reading actual books, and ask if they're interested in the series. And if they're interested in it, I may buy it as a physical copy, read it, and then give it to him.
There you go.
So I'm gonna double check before I buy it on Kindle.
Does he like to read smut?
Let's just say that when I told him about Hook, he was all excited to get a hold of it.
Did he read it? Okay. Did you read any of the other ones? Okay.
His library is probably about as far now, but it does stay on the fantasy side. But there's some harder core stuff that I'm like, no, thank you. I'm not interested. Don't I don't need. I'm good. He's like, Mom, I swear, like he got all So I'll ask him about
Yeah.
if he wants Fourth Wing.
Might be worth buying them and passing them on.
Yep.
All righty then. I'm going to go see what we're doing for dinner. I have no idea. So have a good night and happy reading. Let's see how confused we can be after the first 65 pages.
Let's see how many people we meet.
Who's who and who's that? And I'm confused. Who did what? I don't know. It's always like that for me at the beginning of the fantasies. I'm just like, I don't even, okay. It just takes a while. It takes a while. All right.
Yeah, but then you really do get to know him because I'm pretty sure you haven't forgotten Rysand and Aaron and Amlin.
I still need to finish that series. I haven't finished that.
Me too.
I think I have the 3rd one. I think. But if I do, I don't know where it's at. But I think I bought it. I don't know. If I have it, it's on that bookshelf over there somewhere.
All right. Well, you go eat your dinner. I'm going to go warm up mine.
All righty then. Have a good week, everybody, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.